let me move this drum away. And as you come into your space, in its center, spreading out through your feet. Relax through your feet and ankles. As we sweep relaxation up through legs, bend through your knees. Bring your hips into alignment. Allow that relaxation to flow up through back, waist, belly and chest. Feel that energy as it flows all the way through, cycling round in that circular motion. Relaxing, releasing, healing and soothing every single part of you. Take a deep breath in, expand the belly, the rib cage with the breath. And as you breathe out, an invitation to come down from busy mind, deeper down into body, to rest and soothe and nourish body, mind and soul. Your spirit free to soar. As we gently lower our arms down by our sides, you can softly bend through your knees. And as we extend upwards, so too can you extend softly up through knees. Raise your fingers to the sky, lengthen through back, waist and belly. Lengthen through each individual vertebrae, crown of the head to the sky, tailbone to the ground. And on your next outward breath, gently tumbling down towards the ground, you can gradually begin to sink your hips back and pivot out of your hips as you come into this gentle forward fold. It's very free movement, and gently unwinding back upwards through each individual vertebrae, upwards towards the sky. Raise the fingertips up to the sky, feet planted into the earth. Lengthen, release. And as you breathe out, relax into that deep forward fold. And as you return down to the earth, perhaps planting your hands down into the ground, bend through your knees. And we can just gently begin to bend through one knee, bring it back to center, bend through the other knee, bring it back to center, so that you're gently swaying out through your hips, releasing through the back at the same time. Coming into center here, gently beginning to unwind. So in this session, we can enjoy all of the movements of the goddess, movements that have been practiced by our ancestors for thousands of years, movements that women have enjoyed before we even had language. Bend through your knees. Gently unwind, raise your hands up to the sky. You can bring in a little more movement this time. Bringing in more flow. In the most upwards expression, you can open up through your chest. Feel your heart space expand before coming down to the ground. Allowing the spine to guide the movement and flow. Coming upwards into center. Let's take the foot positioning wide. You can bring the toes slightly outwards, the heels slightly closer together. Bend through your knees. Strong through pelvic floor muscles. Tuck your hips. Bring the hands down. Place your hands on your hips. Feel the strength within your hips. Invitation to just gently sway out through one side to the other. Bring your hip into figure of 8 here. You can make that figure of 8 free flowing. Perhaps it's vertical, perhaps it's horizontal. Maybe it's both. Perhaps the shoulders begin to move. And the arms. Feel into that movement. Where would your body like to flow to? Would that like to be a big movement, a small movement? Bring your hands gradually upwards towards the sky. Circling through wrists. Bring hands to hips. Gently sway. In its center, bringing both hands up in front. Bring the palms together. Bring the hands into heart space. Bow your head in gratitude. And travel one hand down towards sacred life force energy space, down in womb space, just below your belly button, and the other hand rested in heart space. Now, more connected to your body, more connected to the sacred feminine within. Take a moment to breathe in this space. Welcome home. You can take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Are you ready? Breathing in now. Suspend the breath. Allow it to nourish. And breathing out. Into deeper relaxation. Breathing in now. Suspend the breath. Allow all of that positivity, that new found energy to sink deep down into every cell. And then in your own time, breathing out fully. Breathing out into deeper relaxation. One last deep cleansing breath here. Breathing in. Suspend the breath. And in your own time, breathing out. Before gently returning into your own breath cycle, perhaps helping yourself to some hydration. If you'd like a cushion or perhaps a rolled up blanket to use as a support on your mat, you can get that now. I'm just going to find another piece of music for us here. This one here, working with the energies at the moment, as above, so below. This one, well, I'll let you decide how it feels and what it does for you. We can bring our feet about hip width apart. So we're going to start on our feet here, and then we're going to gradually descend down towards the ground in a moment. We're going to sway through our hips with a deep bend through the knee. You can bring the hip down towards the ground. Into a circle. Into figure of 8. Circle. Reverse. Wow, wow, that's lovely. Nice. And take the hands wide. Releasing into deep side bend. Take it on diagonal, releasing through low and mid back. Bring it round into center there before beginning to unwind. Other side, deep side bend. Keep it open through your rib cage. Take it on diagonal. Into center, gently unwinding in its center. We're going to come into this deep squat position. We're just going to hover there. You can either maintain that position, or if it feels good for you, you can just gently pulse that out. It's an isometric position, so it's absolutely okay to pulse that one out gently. Take the knees wide, the hips are neutral, tucked under. Take the hands upwards. Here, we're gonna keep it stationary. We're gonna pivot out of the hips. Bring it all the way down to the ground. Lengthen out through the back of the legs if that's accessible to you just now. Bring the tailbone to the sky. Crown of the head to the ground. And wherever you're at right now in this moment is absolutely wherever you need to be. Don't try to force it. Just enjoy being. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, we're going to gently bend. We're going to bring the hips down towards the ground. Lift the crown of the head up towards the sky. You can bring your feet inwards, closer together. Here, I'll give you the option. You can either stay with this here, or if you feel able to and you want to, you can gently use some pressure to bring your knees wider apart. Open out through the hips. Entire hip complex receiving a realignment. Now you don't want to have too much pressure through your back, so make sure that it's nice and releasing for your back. If you do feel pressure, you can just gently reach forward, place your hands, perhaps come out of this position back to standing. Whatever feels good for you. Resting a moment. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to place our hands down. Gently lift the hips upwards. And in your own time, gently unwind one vertebrae at a time. Returning to that standing position. And this time as you do so, you might notice that you feel so much straighter, that alignment so much deeper. For some reason, our music in this session is going on to random suggestions for us, which is lovely, but not quite what I had planned. But it's lovely, so, you know. Okay. So coming back in after a spot of hydration then. And as we come back into center, this time you might want to use that support underneath your knee. You're welcome to do that here. So we're gonna step one foot forwards and the other one back. And as you step that foot back, that lowering knee, you can place something underneath there to help support that if that feels good for you. And then from there, you can untuck your toes or leave them tucked. You're going to step this foot forward and pick up a deep lunge. Bring the hips neutral, tuck them under. You're going to slide that hip forwards. Really opening up wide through this hip flexor, the front of the hip there. Really releasing through there. Neither hip is leading. And you're using those pelvic floor muscles to keep that neutral. So there's no hyperextension or collapsing through the back. It's nice and long, lean, straight back. Hips in neutral. And here, if you want to, you can pick up the flow of arms. If you'd like an extra challenge of balance, and also a nice release for your back, you can come all the way around to one side, back through center, out towards the other side, and all the way back into center. In its center here, bring the hands in together, raise them up overhead, deep breath in. Lengthen out through the back, and as you release that, we're going to slide the hip back, bring your hands out to the side to help steady you. You can bring your toes in towards you and lengthen through the back of that leg. breath here. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can bring your hands on the inside of that leg as you pivot forwards. I've been super busy cycling and all sorts. I feel definitely some tension through my thighs that is really nice to release in this stretch, and the one we did previously. Stretching out through the front and the back of the legs. Feels so good. Deep breath here. As we breathe out, we can gently lift back upwards into center. Return the toes, and then you're going to step that foot or walk it all the way back. And then on the other side, you can take that foot out wide. Again, placing support, something underneath that knee there. You would just simply lift up, place something, and return the knee. And the other foot, you're going to step that nice and wide. Keep the knee behind your toes. That's going to protect the knee joint itself. Keep the hips tucked under. Really use those pelvic floor muscles so that it's an active, passive stretch. Sounds somewhat confusing, I know. Nice. You could add in that fluid arm if you want to, and that twist through the waist as you take it out one side. Try keep that knee, that forwards knee, keep it in alignment. It might want to collapse inwards. Just keep it opened out. Bring that back into center. You take that across to the other side. And that challenges you on your balance, but also using all of the muscles of your core and inner thigh, outer thigh, your glutes. Bring it back into center. And steady that in center. Deep breath in, raising the hands upwards. Lengthen all the way through back, crown of the head to the sky. Lengthen through your spine. And as you breathe out, we can gently lift the hips, slide them back. Lift through the toes. Here, if you want to, you can either bring your hands out to the side, or if you'd like a deeper stretch through your hamstring, the back of the thigh, back of the leg, you can come down towards the inside of that leg. And be careful here to keep a nice straight back. If you feel the back rounding, you can just simply walk your hands closer towards you or return upwards slightly. Take it to where you're at right now. And our flexibility changes week to week, day to day, and actually even moment to moment. And you think that every single experience that we have and every single thought, it has a chemical imprint on our body. So it's a nice chance to just release any old thoughts, any old experiences. Take a deep breath here. As you breathe out, gently returning up into center, take the hands wide. We can bring the foot down towards the ground and gently walk it back inwards. Sometimes I feel wobbly too. Let's come all the way up towards the sky. We can gradually just sink our glutes down to our heels. You're going to bring your rib cage down towards your knees or your thighs. Walk the hands forwards. And just enjoy resting a moment in that deeply restorative position. Relaxing out through your back. Back of your shoulders. Through your arms and your neck. Perhaps your head itself. If you feel to, you can take your knees wider apart. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, see if there's a little pocket of space that opens up for you there. restoring and replenishing through each of your organs as well. This is a nice position to just be. And take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, you can gently walk the hands forwards as we begin to unwind through low back, mid back, your upper back, shoulders, your neck, and your head. We can come towards center now. Coming into a cross-legged position, sitting up nice and high. Into deep alignment throughout the spine. Feel every single vertebrae aligning. As you feel yourself bathed in red light. In orange light. Yellow light. Green light. Maybe pink. Blue light. Violet. A white light. Bathe in each of those colors. Feel yourself cleansed and purified. Revitalized. Take a deep, nourishing breath in. Suspend the breath. And as you breathe out, breathing out into the knowledge that everything is already within us. An invitation to let go of trying. To simply flow with what is. To come back to being. On your next breath in, an invitation to join me as we come down to rest, or you can remain sitting. You can either come to rest on your side or down on your back. You can perhaps take on an extra layer or blanket or sweater. Resting comfortably. And bring the toes up in towards you and release that. You can walk your fingers down towards your toes. Allow your shoulder blades to slide down to toes also. You can rotate the palms up towards the sky. Allow that to release and relax through your shoulders, And bring your chin down to your chest. To release your neck, and then return that. Allow yourself to be rejuvenated by the simplicity of this present moment. If you'd like to join me in relaxing even more, we can contract through the muscles of feet and ankles and low legs, upper legs, squeeze through each of those muscles, and then release them. Feel the feet and the legs sink down deeper into comfort as you rest, more relaxed than ever before. Relaxation sweeps upwards. We can contract the muscles of our glutes and our hips, squeeze through each of those muscles and through the muscles of pelvic floor as well. Feel the hips rise up higher and higher off of the ground. Feel the strength within those muscles. And then gradually we can release them. Feel the hips gently descend back down towards the ground. Feel them dissolving any tension through muscles of legs, hips. Tension drips off of bone back to the earth to be transformed into something new. As relaxation sweeps upwards through long muscles of back, round through waist, belly and chest, we can contract those muscles now. Squeeze through the muscles of back, waist, belly and chest. Feel those muscles shorten and strengthen, and then we can release them. Releasing through each of those muscles, feel the back lengthen, waist releases, belly eases as each of your internal organs are free to expand and have all of the space that they so deserve. It enables them to renew and replenish. Cleansing and purifying with deep, free breaths. The ribcage can expand fully. Feel that expansiveness of your heart space. And as you breathe out in your own time, descending deeper down into comfort, closer to the mat, returning anything that no longer serves you any purpose, creating space and renewed energy for more positivity, more warmth and glow and vibrancy, refreshed and renewed, and so deeply relaxed. As that relaxation sweeps upwards through your shoulders and your arms, and to your wrists, tops of your hands, through fingertips. You can contract the muscles of shoulders and your upper arms, and your forearms and wrists, hands, clench, form a fist, squeeze through each of those muscles. You could rotate your hands around into a power stance and know that you are stronger than you ever realized. Hold it, hold that stance, take that strength deep within, that inner strength there, should you need it. Let that be an invitation then, with that knowledge, to soften. Softening outwards, softening inwards, releasing, relaxing, descending. Feel how beautiful it is to truly relax. Your shoulders and neck releasing ever more. Gravity and warmth relaxing and releasing your shoulders and neck. Up onto your head. Relax the back of your head, sides of your head, your ears. Relax the top of your head, your forehead, your eyes, nose. Relax your cheeks and your jaw. Relax your mouth, throat, and your brain. Relax. Take a moment to breathe in that deep space of relaxation. And gradually, in your own time, if your eyes were closed, you can gently blink them open, seeing colors more vibrant, seeing the world around you as if for the first time. Taking a deep sigh, bringing small movements to fingers and toes, to your wrists and your ankles, low legs and your forearms, your knees and your elbows, and that joyous dance begins to fill your body. Upper legs, upper arms, your hips and your shoulders, back, waist, belly and chest, and your head. Take a deep breath in, perhaps reach of your arms up overhead. Maybe a big stretch and a yawn. Oh, that feels so good. And if you were resting down towards the ground, you can slide one foot up towards your glute. Bring your knee up to the sky and bring on the same side that hand across your chest, and then gently push off with the sole of your foot to roll round onto your side. Rest there for a moment, and then pushing off with your hand off of the ground to return back upwards to a seated position. You can bring the palms of the hands together in the heart space and bow your head in gratitude. Thank you. Take your time. Do drink lots of water. And just notice anything that might have shifted for you in this session.
If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you can be informed of when the next video goes up. If you'd like to support the creation of these videos, remember you can head along to patreon.com/Little Egypt Studio, where you'll find a community of other enjoyers of these videos. See you soon. Bye.